Eid al-Fitr is one of the most joyful and widely celebrated holidays in the world, marking the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting, prayer, and spiritual reflection for Muslims. It is a time of immense happiness, gratitude, and togetherness as families and communities come together to break their fast and offer prayers. Yet, despite its significance, many people are unaware of some truly fascinating aspects of Eid al-Fitr that go beyond the usual celebrations of feasting, gift-giving, and charity. This festival is far more than just a religious occasion. It is a deeply rooted tradition that carries historical, cultural, and even astronomical significance. Unlike fixed holidays that follow a solar calendar, Eid al-Fitr is determined by the sighting of the crescent moon, meaning that its date varies each year. In different parts of the world, Muslims may celebrate Eid on slightly different days depending on moon sightings and local traditions. This variation has sparked debates and even led to some countries adopting astronomical calculations rather than relying solely on physical moon sightings. But the shifting date is just the beginning of the surprises surrounding this special day. For many, Eid al-Fitr is associated with delicious meals and sweet treats. But not everyone knows that it is actually forbidden to fast on this day. After a month of self-restraint and discipline, Muslims are encouraged to begin their day with a light meal before attending communal prayers, emphasizing the festival's theme of renewal and gratitude. Beyond the religious aspects, Eid is also a time of economic and cultural significance. From bustling marketplaces selling new clothes and gifts to unique national customs that have evolved over centuries, the celebration takes on different flavors across the world. In this video, we'll explore 10 surprising facts about Eid al-Fitr that you may not have heard before. From royal traditions and charitable acts to unique global customs, these fascinating details will give you a fresh perspective on this beautiful festival. Whether you celebrate Eid or are simply curious about its rich traditions, you'll find that there's much more to this holiday than meets the eye. Eid al-Fitr is a festival that never falls on the same date each year, making it one of the most unpredictable celebrations in the world. Unlike fixed holidays that follow the Gregorian calendar, Eid follows the Islamic lunar calendar, which is approximately 10 to 11 days shorter than the solar year. This means that the date of Eid gradually shifts backward each year, sometimes occurring in different seasons throughout a person's lifetime. A child born in a year when Eid falls in the spring may, decades later, celebrate it in the middle of winter. The uncertainty of Eid's date is further complicated by the method used to determine its arrival. Unlike many other holidays that have predetermined dates, Eid begins with the sighting of the new moon. This means that religious scholars and observers must physically see the crescent moon after sunset on the 29th day of Ramadan to declare the start of Eid. If the moon is not visible due to weather conditions or other factors, then Ramadan is extended by one more day, and Eid is celebrated on the 30th day. This practice leads to variations in celebration dates, even within the same country, as different regions may report moon sightings at different times. The debate over whether to follow actual moon sightings or rely on astronomical calculations has been ongoing for years. Some countries, like Saudi Arabia, strictly adhere to physical moon sightings, while others, such as Turkey and Malaysia, use scientific calculations to determine the exact date in advance. This difference has occasionally led to situations where Muslims in one country celebrate Eid, while those in neighboring regions continue fasting. Despite these variations, the spirit of Eid remains the same, an occasion for joy, gratitude, and the renewal of faith, regardless of when it officially begins. The name Eid al-Fitr carries deep meaning, reflecting the essence of this joyous occasion. In Arabic, Eid means festival or celebration, while Fitr comes from the word for breaking a fast. This holiday marks the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting, self-restraint, and spiritual reflection, and serves as a day of gratitude and renewal. Unlike the daily fasts of Ramadan, which begin at dawn and end at sunset, Eid is unique in that fasting is actually forbidden. This distinction highlights the transition from a period of discipline and self-denial to one of joy, generosity, and togetherness. The significance of breaking the fast on Eid al-Fitr goes beyond simply resuming normal eating habits. It is a symbolic act that represents the completion of a spiritual journey, a reward for enduring hunger and thirst while deepening one's connection to faith. It is a moment of collective celebration, where families and friends gather for a special breakfast, often consisting of sweet dishes to signify happiness and gratitude. In many cultures, the day begins with the consumption of dates or other light foods, following the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who encouraged breaking the fast in a modest and meaningful way before heading to the Eid prayer. This festival is not just about personal joy, but also about ensuring that others can partake in the celebrations. One of the key requirements before Eid prayer is the giving of Zakat al-Fitr, a charitable donation intended to help those in need. This ensures that even the less fortunate can have food on their table and share in the festive spirit. The name Eid al-Fitr is not just a label. It is a profound reminder of the values of compassion, gratitude, and community that define this sacred celebration. One of the most important aspects of Eid al-Fitr is the act of giving, and no celebration is complete without fulfilling the obligation of Zakat al-Fitr. Unlike regular charity, which can be given at any time, Zakat al-Fitr is a special form of almsgiving that must be distributed before the Eid prayer. This mandatory donation is a crucial part of the celebration, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their financial situation, has the means to participate in the joy of Eid. It is not simply an act of kindness, but a religious duty upon all Muslims who can afford to give. The purpose of Zakat al-Fitr goes beyond just helping the poor. It serves as a way to purify the fast of Ramadan. After a month of spiritual devotion, self-discipline, and abstaining from food and drink, it is believed that no fast is entirely perfect. There may be moments of impatience, unkind words, or unintentional mistakes. Zakat al-Fitr acts as a form of purification, cleansing any shortcomings in one's fasting and ensuring that the blessings of Ramadan are fully realized. It is a final act of generosity before transitioning into the festivities of Eid. The donation itself is traditionally given in the form of staple food items such as rice, wheat, barley, or dates, enough to provide sustenance for a person in need. In many modern societies, however, it is often given in the form of money, allowing charitable organizations to distribute food efficiently. The amount required varies depending on the country and economic conditions, but it is generally equivalent to the cost of one meal per person in the household. Every Muslim, including children, is required to have their Zakat al-Fitr paid on their behalf by a responsible family member. The timing of this charitable act is crucial. If given before the Eid prayer, it is considered Zakat al-Fitr, fulfilling its intended purpose. However, if it is given after the prayer, it is merely considered a regular charity. This distinction highlights the importance of punctuality in performing religious duties. By ensuring that those in need have food and resources before the celebration begins, Eid al-Fitr remains a festival of inclusivity, joy, and shared blessings for all. Eid al-Fitr is a time of communal unity, and one of the most striking traditions of this celebration is the Eid prayer, which is often performed in large open spaces rather than inside mosques. This special prayer, known as Salat al-Eid, brings together vast congregations of worshippers, symbolizing the unity and togetherness of the Muslim community. The tradition of holding Eid prayers in open areas dates back to the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who encouraged Muslims to gather in large spaces to accommodate as many people as possible. This practice remains a hallmark of Eid celebrations in many parts of the world today. The choice of open spaces for the Eid prayer is not merely a matter of convenience, but carries deep spiritual and communal significance. Unlike the daily 5 prayers, which can be performed individually or in small groups, The Eid prayer is meant to be a grand gathering, bringing together people from different backgrounds, neighborhoods, and social classes. The sight of thousands, sometimes even millions, of people standing shoulder to shoulder in unity is a powerful reminder of the strength and togetherness of the Muslim community. In many countries, these prayers take place in designated Eidgahs, which are large fields or stadiums specifically used for this purpose. In cities with smaller Muslim populations, open parks or public squares may serve as gathering points. Iconic locations such as Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi, and the Badshahi Mosque in Lahore witness some of the largest Eid congregations in the world, with worshippers traveling from different regions to participate. The structure of the Eid prayer itself is slightly different from regular daily prayers. It consists of 2 rakats, units of prayer, with extra takbirs, praises of Allah, followed by a sermon reminding worshippers of the values of gratitude, generosity, and faith. The prayer is performed early in the morning, typically just after sunrise, allowing the rest of the day to be spent in celebration with family and friends. For those unable to attend large gatherings, mosques also conduct Eid prayers indoors, ensuring that everyone has a place to worship. However, the tradition of open-air prayers remains one of the most beautiful and unifying aspects of Eid al-Fitr, reflecting the spirit of community, faith, and collective joy that defines this special occasion. Eid al-Fitr is a global celebration, but the way it is observed varies widely, depending on cultural traditions, local customs, and historical influences. While the core elements, prayers, charity, feasting, and spending time with loved ones remain the same. Each country and region has developed its own unique way of marking the occasion. These differences make Eid a diverse and colorful celebration that reflects the rich heritage of Muslim communities around the world. In Turkey, Eid al-Fitr is commonly referred to as Şeker Bayramı, or the sugar feast, because of the strong emphasis on sweets and desserts. Families prepare and exchange traditional confections such as baklava and Turkish delight, and children visit their elders to receive blessings and gifts. It is customary for children to kiss the hands of older family members as a sign of respect, after which they are given candies or money. The festive atmosphere is enhanced by street celebrations and public gatherings, making it a joyous time for people of all ages. In Indonesia, the holiday is known as Lebaran and is one of the most anticipated events of the year. Millions of people participate in Mudik, a mass homecoming migration where city dwellers travel back to their hometowns to reunite with family. It is a time of great movement, as trains, buses, and ferries are packed with travelers eager to celebrate Eid with their loved ones. Families prepare special meals, such as ketupat, a rice cake wrapped in palm leaves, and visit grave sites to pray for deceased relatives. South Asian countries such as Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh embrace vibrant customs during Eid. Women and girls adorn their hands with intricate henna designs the night before, a tradition known as Chand Rat, which translates to Night of the Moon. Markets stay open late, and families rush to purchase last-minute gifts and festive attire. On the day of Eid, people dress in new clothes, exchange greetings of Eid Mubarak, and indulge in dishes such as sheer kurma, a rich vermicelli pudding made with milk, dates, and nuts. In West African countries like Nigeria and Senegal, Eid is celebrated with lively public events, including horse parades and street performances. The holiday is marked by large communal meals and gatherings, where extended families come together to share food and exchange gifts. Traditional outfits, often featuring bright colors and elaborate embroidery, are worn with pride, adding to the visual splendor of the festivities. Despite these cultural variations, the essence of Eid remains the same everywhere. It is a time of joy, unity, and gratitude, where people come together to celebrate their faith and strengthen their bonds with family, friends, and the wider community. Whether through food, travel, or unique traditions, Eid al-Fitr is a reflection of the diversity and richness of the Muslim world. Food plays a central role in the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, with families preparing and sharing special meals that are often unique to their cultural heritage. After a month of fasting during Ramadan, Eid is a time to indulge in delicious dishes that have been passed down through generations. Across the world, different communities have their own signature foods associated with this festive occasion, but a common theme is the emphasis on sweetness, symbolizing joy, gratitude, and the completion of the spiritual journey of fasting. The day of Eid traditionally begins with a light meal before heading to the communal prayer. In many cultures, it is customary to start the morning by eating something sweet, such as dates, as a way to mark the end of fasting. This practice follows the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who encouraged breaking the fast on dates or other simple foods. Following the morning prayers, families and friends gather to enjoy an elaborate feast filled with dishes that vary depending on the region. In Middle Eastern countries, one of the most beloved Eid treats is ma'moul, a delicate pastry filled with dates, nuts, or figs, and often dusted with powdered sugar. These cookies are commonly prepared in advance, with family members coming together to shape and bake them in the days leading up to Eid. Another popular dish in the region is kunafa, a rich cheesy dessert soaked in syrup, enjoyed as part of the celebratory meals. South Asia celebrates Eid with sheer kurma, a creamy vermicelli pudding made with milk, sugar, nuts, and dried fruits. The dish, whose name translates to milk with dates, is served as a special breakfast or dessert throughout the day. Alongside sheer kurma, families prepare biryani, kebabs, and other savory delicacies to share with guests and neighbors, reinforcing the spirit of hospitality and generosity. In Indonesia and Malaysia, the Eid feast is centered around ketupat, a rice cake wrapped in woven palm leaves, typically served with spiced meats and coconut-based dishes. These meals reflect the region's love for bold flavors, combining sweet, spicy, and savory elements in a way that makes Eid gatherings even more special. West African countries celebrate with jollof rice, grilled meats, and an assortment of fried pastries, creating a vibrant mix of flavors and textures that bring families together. In Turkey, sweets like baklava and Turkish delight are prepared in abundance, emphasizing the country's tradition of hospitality and sharing. The variety of dishes served during Eid highlights the diversity of Muslim cultures around the world. While the specific foods may differ from one country to another, the essence remains the same. Eid is a time of joy, togetherness, and gratitude, where meals are not just about nourishment, but also about strengthening bonds and spreading happiness. One of the most cherished traditions of Eid al-Fitr is the act of giving gifts, a practice that strengthens bonds between family, friends, and the wider community. Known as Eid, this custom is particularly exciting for children who eagerly anticipate receiving small sums of money, new clothes, or sweets from parents, relatives, and elders. The joy of receiving Eid adds to the festive spirit of Eid, making it one of the most memorable aspects of the celebration for younger family members. The tradition of gift-giving on Eid is rooted in the Islamic values of generosity, kindness, and sharing. It serves as a reminder that Eid is not just about personal joy, but also about spreading happiness to others. While children traditionally receive money, adults often exchange thoughtful presents such as perfumes, jewelry, or home decorations. In some cultures, it is common to give food baskets or handmade treats to neighbors and friends, reinforcing the spirit of goodwill and community. Beyond individual families, businesses, and employers also participate in this tradition by distributing Eid bonuses to their workers. Many companies provide additional financial incentives or gifts as a token of appreciation for their employees' hard work. This practice helps boost morale and creates a sense of unity within workplaces, further highlighting the significance of generosity during Eid. In some countries, governments and charitable organizations organize large-scale initiatives to ensure that even those in need can experience the joy of Eid gifts. Donations of new clothes, food supplies, and financial assistance are made available to orphans, widows, and underprivileged families. This reflects the broader message of Eid al-Fitr, which emphasizes inclusion and the importance of making sure that no one is left out of the celebration. The beauty of Eid gifts lies not in their material value, but in the thoughtfulness behind them. Whether it is a simple greeting card, a small sum of money, or a carefully chosen present, the act of giving reinforces love, appreciation, and togetherness. Across different cultures and regions, the custom of exchanging gifts continues to be a beloved part of Eid, adding to the joy and warmth of this special occasion. Eid al-Fitr is such a significant celebration that it is recognized as a national holiday in many countries around the world. In Muslim-majority nations, the holiday is often marked by official closures of businesses, government offices, and schools, allowing families to fully immerse themselves in the festivities without the constraints of work or daily obligations. In some places, the holiday lasts more than one day, giving people ample time to travel, visit relatives, and participate in communal gatherings. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Malaysia grant multiple days off for Eid, recognizing the importance of the holiday in bringing families together. In these nations, the celebration is not just a religious observance, but also a cultural event, with public festivals, decorations, and large-scale gatherings. Many governments also use this time to offer special welfare programs, such as distributing food to the poor or providing financial assistance to those in need, ensuring that Eid is a joyous occasion for everyone. Interestingly, Eid is also acknowledged as a holiday in some non-Muslim majority regions. In India, for example, where Muslims form a significant minority, Eid is a public holiday, allowing millions to celebrate without work or school interruptions. The Philippines recognizes Eid al-Fitr as an official holiday in parts of the country, particularly in the Mindanao region, which has a large Muslim population. Russia grants holidays in its Muslim-majority republics, such as Tatarstan and Chechnya, where Eid celebrations are widespread. Even in countries where Eid is not a public holiday, accommodations are sometimes made for Muslim employees and students. Workplaces and schools in Western nations with large Muslim populations often allow flexible leave or early dismissals, acknowledging the cultural and religious importance of the occasion. The recognition of Eid as a national or regional holiday reflects its deep significance and the way it brings people together, regardless of their backgrounds, to celebrate joy, gratitude, and community. In many parts of the world, Eid al-Fitr is not just a single-day celebration, but a multi-day event, lasting up to 3 days or even longer. While the religious significance of Eid is observed on the first day, the social and cultural aspects extend beyond that, allowing families and communities more time to gather, exchange visits, and celebrate together. The length of the celebration varies depending on the country, with some nations officially recognizing 2 or 3 days as public holidays, while others extend the festivities for an entire week. In Middle Eastern countries such as Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, Eid al-Fitr is commonly celebrated for 3 days, with government offices and businesses closing to allow people time to spend with their families. During this period, people visit relatives, enjoy feasts, and partake in traditional customs such as giving gifts and making charitable donations. The extended holiday provides an opportunity for those working in major cities to return to their hometowns, ensuring that Eid is spent with loved ones. In Turkey, the celebration of Eid, known as Şeker Bayramı or Sugar Feast, often extends for 3 to 4 days. It is a time when people visit friends and family, exchange sweets, and honor elders by kissing their hands as a sign of respect. Many Turkish citizens take advantage of the long holiday to travel, turning Eid into both a religious and leisure occasion. In some South Asian countries, such as Pakistan and Bangladesh, the government officially grants 3 days off for Eid, but the festivities can continue for an entire week. It is common for families to host multiple gatherings where different relatives and friends visit on different days, Markets remain lively with shopping, entertainment, and festive treats, making Eid feel like an extended carnival of joy. West African nations such as Nigeria and Senegal also observe Eid for multiple days, with large public feasts, street parades, and traditional performances. The extended celebrations allow communities to fully embrace the holiday spirit, ensuring that everyone has a chance to participate. The length of Eid celebrations reflects the importance of family, togetherness, and gratitude in different cultures. Whether it lasts one day or an entire week, the essence of Eid remains the same, a time of joy, generosity, and deep spiritual reflection shared with loved ones. In some countries, Eid al-Fitr is not only a time for family gatherings and communal prayers, but also an occasion marked by unique royal traditions. In nations with monarchies, the ruling families play a significant role in the celebrations, often engaging in public ceremonies, charitable acts, and grand festivities that bring together citizens from all walks of life. These traditions highlight the deep cultural significance of Eid and reflect the connection between leadership and the people. In Saudi Arabia, the royal family observes Eid with a mix of religious devotion and public service. The king and crown prince lead Eid prayers in grand mosques, often alongside government officials and religious scholars. One of the most notable traditions is the issuance of royal pardons, where the king grants clemency to selected prisoners, allowing them to reunite with their families during Eid. Additionally, the government distributes financial aid and food packages to underprivileged citizens, ensuring that the spirit of generosity and community is upheld. In Brunei, the Sultan opens the doors of his palace, Istana Nurul Iman, to the public for several days during Eid. Citizens and visitors line up in thousands to greet the royal family, receive blessings, and enjoy lavishly prepared meals. This open house tradition fosters a sense of unity, allowing people from all backgrounds to participate in the celebrations alongside their leaders. In Morocco, the king performs the symbolic act of sacrificing sheep, a gesture that reflects the country's deep-rooted Islamic traditions. The royal family also oversees charity programs that provide food, clothing, and financial support to those in need, ensuring that Eid remains a time of joy for everyone. In Malaysia, the king and queen host large-scale Eid receptions attended by government officials, foreign dignitaries, and the general public. These gatherings serve as a way to strengthen national unity, reinforcing the values of hospitality and generosity that define Eid. These royal traditions add a unique dimension to the celebrations, blending religious observance with national identity. By engaging with their citizens in meaningful ways, monarchs help preserve the cultural heritage of Eid while ensuring that its message of compassion and togetherness reaches every corner of society. Eid al-Fitr is a celebration unlike any other, filled with joy, gratitude, and meaningful traditions that unite millions of people around the world. Whether it's the excitement of spotting the crescent moon, the generosity of giving Zakat al-Fitr, or the warmth of family gatherings, each aspect of Eid carries a deep spiritual and cultural significance. While many recognize Eid as a day of prayer and feasting, its history, customs, and diverse global expressions make it one of the most fascinating festivals in the world. Beyond its religious observance, Eid is a time of renewal, reflection, and giving. It is not just about personal joy, but also about ensuring that those less fortunate can share in the happiness. The act of charity, the importance of community prayers, and the exchange of gifts all reinforce the values of compassion, generosity, and togetherness. These traditions have been passed down for generations, evolving in different ways across cultures while maintaining the core essence of the celebration. The beauty of Eid al-Fitr lies in its diversity. From the bustling markets of South Asia to the grand open house gatherings in Brunei, from the vibrant horse parades in West Africa to the royal Eid traditions in Saudi Arabia and Morocco, every region adds its own unique touch to the festivities. Despite these variations, the heart of Eid remains the same. A time to express gratitude, reconnect with loved ones, and spread joy within the community. As the celebrations come to an end, the spirit of Eid continues beyond the holiday itself. The kindness shared, the prayers offered, and the bonds strengthened during this time serve as reminders of the values that should carry on throughout the year. Eid is more than just a festival. It is a reminder of faith, unity, and the power of generosity. Whether you celebrate Eid or are simply learning about it, the lessons it brings of love, charity, and gratitude are universal. Now, it's your turn to share. What was the most surprising fact about Eid that you didn't know before? How do you or your community celebrate this special occasion? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content. Wishing you and your loved ones a blessed and joyous Eid.